So before I even get started, I just want to say Happy New Year to everybody, man. It's a new year, new opportunities, new chances for the world to not be trash. You know what I'm saying? For some people, they're going to say, hey, this is my year, new me. It's not. It's the same old you, but hopefully your mindset different this time around. Yeah, I mean, this, God, 2024, bro. 4 is my favorite number, so I feel like this might be my year, man. I don't know. We're going to see. But as it stands, though, just piggybacking off of 2023, people fed up. Now, while the year has changed, the circumstances on Earth are the same, okay? Everything is high that's supposed to be low, and everything that's low is supposed to be high. Groceries high, housing's high, gas is high. Boy, the cost of living is higher than Snoop Dogg on the space shuttle. Just talking about this making my blood pressure high. Starting to see why people get high. Then all the good stuff is low. Funds is low. Well, unless you're trying to go to war, then money seems to grow on trees. Pain is low. Her back, ankles, knees. A cold front came through, tire pressure is lower than the ant's Achilles. You get to the gas station to try to air it up, out of service. You telling me we out of this, my boy? Even standards is low. Society has become so toxic, you get praised for doing things that you was already supposed to be doing. A dude can get on Instagram Live and be like, man, my girl made me mad earlier. And normally I would have filled the room with uppercut, but this time I ain't do it. And the girls will be in the comment section talking about, yes, king, period. Boy, what? The bar has become so low you'd have to dig to go under it. Don't nothing make sense anymore. Nowadays, you buy a product, you open the product, they give you a charger, no block. You buy a knife, you open it up, find a blade, no handle. Back in the day, the only thing that wasn't included was the batteries. Everything got a subscription now. You buy an electric toothbrush, for $2.99 it'll turn on. For $4.99 it'll twist. If you pay $69.99 for the year, they'll give you a free charging block. As long as you pay shipping and handling. They even have an app now where you can pay a subscription to cancel other subscriptions. Everything got a tip now. Even if they don't offer a service, bro, you can go to McDonald's and get you a McChicken off the dollar menu for $6.29. You say that's it. The cashier talking about, all right, your total gonna be $10.19, but before it's gonna ask you something. Then they turn their head to the side. They took the screen talking about 15% gratuity. Who the hell is this gratuity chick I keep hearing about, and what's she gonna do for this money? She gonna have to do something strange for a piece of change, because y'all running me dry. Then they gonna have the audacity to ask you, do you want to round up so a kid can go to college? No, I want to roundhouse you in the neck. Tell that kid the truth. College is a scam. Unless you want to be paying off student loans in this life and the next, learn a trade or start an OnlyFans. When I was a kid, they told me, if you get a degree, you'll be able to succeed in life. Man, I got 2 degrees and I was struggling with a capital K. That pandemic had stopped my whole industry, bro. I got sent to the crib. I almost had to start OnlyFans myself. Nowadays, a master's degree will get you $15 an hour, but you're going to still need the experience. Then if you try to get the job with the experience, you still going to need the degree. You can't win for losing. McDonald's needs to hire an engineer. In 2023, there were 40,275 McDonald's across the globe. And not one of the ice cream machines worked. At this point, I don't even understand why ice cream on the menu. It's obviously something wrong with the product design. Create a new McFreeze and cream machine, and then I can try out the rest of the menu, please and thank you. Daylight savings time is still a thing. You'll be at work an extra hour. Clock go back to when you wanted to go home the first time. How about the clock go back to when existing was affordable? Rappers be getting killed, and people be mad at the person that killed them. Whole time, the rapper was a murderer. Then nowadays, the rappers be snitching on themselves. Their name be Homicide Murder Guwap. They'll kill somebody and go make a song about it. Then go do an interview explaining the lyrics. They be like, shoot niggas, dope dealers, make victims known to squeeze triggers, slave killers, a whole vigil, scratch the whole lobby, 100 round hit everybody, I ain't saying sorry, block lit is a house party. Then the dummy go on the interview and be talking about, the reason why I like the 100 round is because it comes on like this rope type thing, which basically signifies a string of murders, which is what's going to happen when I get my hands on it. I'm sure it's a bar in there somewhere because I just breathe fire like that. Then 2 weeks later, the news come on like, And in other news, rapper Homicide Murder Guap has been violently murdered. And the fans be like, why? He was such a good man. No, he wasn't. His name was Homicide Murder Guap. What you think he was doing? And all this stuff is stressing people out, man. You know, patience is getting thin. I was walking the other day, man. I went to a crosswalk. This guy comes up. He pressed the button. It says, wait. I guess he just couldn't do it. He pressed it again. Wait. He must have been in a hurry. He pressed it again. He said, hey, man, I said, wait, you know how to speak English? But, you know, I live in Texas now. So he actually couldn't. So the crosswalk talking about, ay, Dios mío, pendejo, esperar. Now, I'm shook. I'm like, dang, what? Siri cousin got anger issues, don't it? But eventually, you know, the light turns red. It says we can walk. But before we could, an arrow pointed down to the screen. We look at it. It's talking about 15% gratuity. Y'all know I like to end these videos on a serious note because I want to give y'all something more than a laugh. So I just like to share this with y'all. You know, I've been alive for 26 years. 25 of those years I wasn't enjoying. It was not a good time. I had a lot of pains and, you know, just all types of things that I went through growing up. But, you know, I stuck around and I got to see the other side of the fence. But it wasn't because I just stayed around or that I prayed for it and it finally came. I worked for it. Hard, real hard, man. And I had to change my method time and time again. You know, there was a point in time where I had thought maybe I can just do this instead. I was about to settle for things that I didn't, like, not necessarily enjoy, but it wasn't what I wanted to do with my life. Because even from a child, I always told people one day I'm going to be on Ellen. You know, I want to entertain people and I want to help people in whatever way I could. But that was my goal, to entertain folks. And I was like, one day I'm going to be on Ellen. And so I tried every avenue that I could, man. You know, I went from dancing and running track and everything. You know, when I went to college, like everything I did was like, maybe if I get to a certain point where people can see me as a person and my personality, they'll embrace me. And then I can take another step towards where I want to go. And it took me working a regular job to realize that I wasn't in the right spot. I'm like, this right here isn't getting the most out of who I am as a person. And I took a bet on myself. And the first year that I did that, it was not going in a way that would have made you confident in what it is that you were doing. Mind you, I had been making content for half my life already. You know, I had already dedicated my life from middle school up until the present day doing this for free. But I loved it. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to spend this next year and I'm going to give it everything I got. And I hope that it works out by the end. And by the end of that year, I went from making zero for the first 6 months to I ended up making $12,000 in that first year of me doing content full time. The first paycheck that I got doing that was $50. I'll never forget it. That was the first time I felt like somebody told me that I was good enough and that I was worth it. And that motivated me to keep going, even though it was just $50. That could barely fill up a gas tank at that time. But it did what it did, you know, it did what it needed to do. And it pushed me to move forward. So as this new year comes, I want you to think about what it is that you want to accomplish in your life and the goals that you have, and take a chance on yourself. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's something that you've been doing, you have to play around with the methods that you're using to get where you're trying to go. Because for me, I started off making dance content and I never spoke. That took away a huge fraction of who I was as a person and what I stood for. It took away my voice. And then the moment that I started using it, my life changed. So I think you should try to use the best of you in every way that you can to get you to where you're trying to go. And I'm rooting for you, fam. I really am. I made it happen. And I believe that you can do it too. Because if I came from where I came from and made it happen, I didn't get no help, I think you can do it, fam. So believe in yourself. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I'm going to catch y'all next time.
Don't talk like one of them. You're not. Even if you'd like to be. To them, you're just a freak. Like me.